In this episode, we talk about how to find lenders for your deal, and then I give you a challenge on what to do.
Word.
Recording. Damn, look at us. 2 episodes, 1 day, batch filming, like YouTube bosses.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Investing with Ubaldo
Vinos.
Burr, burr, burr. Yes! We did it!
Yes.
We
I'm Josh.
did it. I'm Hannah.
And this is our story in real estate investing, but we did it.
We did it. If you guys haven't read Marie Forleo's book, Everything is Figure-Outable, you should definitely read it.
You're editing that one in. Okay, so in this episode, we're diving into how we found our lender. That's actually one of the first people we found, and it's obviously really important because if you can't fund the deal, you can't get the deal, right?
Word.
So this process was interesting for us because we've never bought a house before.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, finding a lender's, it seems scary, and this was initially scary for us, especially because this is the first time we ever bought a house.
Yeah. You keep saying we and us, but let's be real. Like, you did the heavy lifting and you made all the calls. So just say you. Take credit for it.
Well, we're a team. No, it's always we.
Aw, so cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see here. I mean, we bought 2 houses, the Miller and the Ellsworth property.
Mm-hmm.
We funded them 2 different ways. Without going into sort of like a versus video, because I definitely want to make one of those in the future, let's just talk about what it takes to find a lender in general.
Mm-hmm. First quick tip, or don't say quick tip, that's from Bigger Pockets. First fun fact, I think, is no matter what, due diligence, right? Like, you want to be the ones to call, because I feel like that was the best way that you learned everything, right? You made the calls, you called a variety of different lenders, and asked them questions, just had a conversation.
Yeah. I mean, we had a conversation. I know that we made a video, episode 2, I think, was like how we funded our one. You even forgot about that.
I don't
but yeah, it's just calling them, trying to figure out exactly, understanding what your goals are, how you're gonna, like, are you buying the property yourself under your own name, under your marital status, under a company? All those depend, right? One property we bought as just a traditional investment loan, and the second one we used actually under an LLC, under a business on the commercial side, and those are 2 very different banking products.
Word.
So she's gonna add a lot of side commentary.
It'll be a Q&A sesh, because I still am learning that aspect of it. And so yeah.
But I think one thing that's really important when you think about calling lenders, at the end of the day, you are the customer.
Ooh, good fun fact.
I know. Look at that. That's going to be an Instagram clip right there.
Yeah. Well, tell me more about what you mean by that.
Because no matter what, like the bank is making money off of you.
So they
right?
want your business.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a sound person with good credit, and you have a sound business plan and how you want to operate that investment property, right? You are a good asset to them, and they want you as a customer, because then your business will grow. You're going to continue to pay off their loan on time, and it's a win-win for everybody. So if you are, that prime candidate to invest and be their customer, like, why would you like they want to fight for you? They're like, oh, right.
So don't go in there feeling like not confident just because you're brand new. It's really, you have to understand that, like, you're kind of the person that they should be trying to please.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, because it's a 2-way street, right? Like, you're interviewing them. You want to be able to call them if you have any questions about, the loan or, different strategies down the road in terms of your business. Because as an investor, it's a business.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, let me ask you a question. So in your experience talking to all the different lenders, because I know you talk to like people at banks and you talk to a variety of hard money lenders. So the term hard money lender, if you like, when I first heard it, it seems very scary, right? Very intimidating, literally hard money lender. But like, tell me a little bit about your experience talking to a variety of different hard money lenders. Like, how was your conversations? Like, was it intimidating? Was anyone, kind of short or rude?
Yeah, I mean, I think, no. To answer your question, no one was short and rude. As I think I've called probably about at least 24 banks and at least maybe even 50 hard money lenders at this point. Banks are a little more straightforward, less scary. Hard money, I wanted to do a lot more due diligence because I didn't understand. You know, a bank's pretty cut and dry. Everyone knows what a bank is, and they're not trying to get after you, right? But to demystify the hard money part was my thing. And you know what I've learned actually from this is at the end of the day, like a hard money lender it's a private lender, right? Sometimes it's just like another couple or another family, and you know, who is basically just gathering money from other private investors into a giant fund, and then from there they're just taking that money and then putting it to work, and they're taking at the end of the day, you know, in 6 months, anywhere between 8, 9, 10, 11, 12% interest. Granted, they're getting 12% interest return on 6 months, which is way better than the stock market, at least not last year. And especially not Tesla, but you know, that's another story. But at the end of the day, they're just normal people. So you can talk to them like normal people. They have kids screaming around in the background too because of COVID. They're people who are just trying to put their money and their associates' money to work.
I think that's a good fact to know.
Yeah. I mean, so I the easiest thing, right, is just call, like literally call 24 banks. Like if you're not going to call 24 banks, you're not going to put in that work, then this may not be the industry for you. But that's the learning curve, right? You could read finance books or you could just call 24 banks. And your first questions, your first calls are always going to be super awkward. Mine were really awkward, but by the end of it, like calling banks, like, I need your commercial lender. Who's so-and-so? Do they lend on LLCs? Like right away, just to vet them, because I didn't want to wait. I hate the hold time. It's annoying. So now it's just like, commercial lender, properties at LLC. Do you do this? No. Okay, bye. Next one.
Yeah. And I think you told me you got a couple comments where like, oh yeah, you really sound like you know what you're talking about. Like. Yeah.
I mean, by the end of it, you know what questions to, you know, like on the commercial lending side. I'm sorry, let's scratch back. Like, ooh. On the bank side, just who are we as individuals? Do we have good credit? Do we have enough money to actually do the deal? Because they're lending based on... No, I was going to say, they're lending based on us, not on the asset, right?
Oh, okay, that was actually going to be my question. Like, before you talked to the hard money lenders, was it an issue if you didn't necessarily have a property ready to, put an offer in?
Yes and no. I mean, most hard money lenders will always take the call. At the end of the day, all of these loan originators, these loan officers, they're salespeople at the end of the day. That's why you're the customer, right? They make commissions based off of your sales. And so on the hard money side, I will say that it is harder to get a hard money lender if you've not done any deals. If you don't have any investment properties, if you've never done a rehab construction process on the investment side, most of them will actually turn you away. They'll say, "Oh, sorry, like, hey, call me when you do 3 flips or three exits, like you rehab the property and you refinance it out of the hard money product." Other ones will say 5. Some will do it, and we found one that we were able to do it with 0 experience, but you're paying a premium. Right. Instead of paying 10% interest, you might be paying 12% interest.
And then as you get more experience with that particular lender or more deals, then that interest level will go down.
Yeah. If the interest level drops, the points drop. Points are basically money up front that you're paying to the lender as a percentage based on your total loan amount. That was a lot to unpack. But this is just finding the lenders. I mean, and if you're talking commercial, like, just how much down do you need? Do you lend in specific areas? Can you do it out of state? Do you have a minimum credit score? All of those basic questions, and of course your points and your interest and things like that. But then getting that pre-approval letter is really important before you go shopping.
Wait, so what did they ask you? What did you need to provide to them physically, tangibly to get pre-approved?
They do a soft credit check just to make sure that your credit score is good. I didn't need to provide any bank statements at that time. But I mean, they did also ask what our household income was. And that was
pretty much it.
Pretty much. And then they give you the pre-approval, right? But then with that pre-approval, you can pretty much just go shopping. And the banks are easy in that sense because they're lending based on you, not based on the address. So they're just saying, hey, you're pre-approved, pending, which is also why you have. So you're pre-approved to just basically offer up to whatever X amount they pre-approved you for, right? So it could be pre-approved you for. And so that could be, whatever. Like, it's like, you have a 200K limit, go. And so we were in Columbus, and at that point we were shopping. But what's interesting about financing, though, when you are buying and you're putting in offers, you'll have to put in a finance contingency if you're using a bank loan. Meaning, finance contingency, meaning that if you were the seller, hey, Miss Seller, I want to buy your house. I'm going to use a bank loan. So, I'd like to offer on it, but it's contingent on my bank saying yes to the deal. Which means they're saying yes to the deal and they're saying yes to me as the buyer. That's why you'll hear a lot of people get beat up by cash offers.
Gotcha.
Because there's no financing contingency.
Right.
The dude just I'm a boss. Here's $200K cash. I have no finance contingency. But yeah, we'll do a whole versus episode on
what versus what.
Yes, on with traditional bank loans versus hard money loans. We'll also, I did call a few different hard money lenders, and so I'll put that in another episode as well of just what the conversation is. I'll change our voice just so you know, so it could be nice, I guess. No one will know who we are or who we called. And then I challenge you, if you're confused and you're lost, just get on the phone. At the end of the day, there's nothing to lose on calling banks. There's no harm in it. All you do is you start the relationship, you have a better understanding, and then you're able to take on the next action step. So, if you're kind of stuck, I challenge you, call a dozen banks next week.
If you found this helpful, go ahead and click the like button. What do you say?
Yes, the like button.
Click the like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a Investing with the Boldovinos video.
But you also have to subscribe too.
Oh, right.
If you don't subscribe, then you can't do the notification, and then, those things go hand in hand.
Yes. And then, don't forget to check out his affiliate link for Robinhood for something.
WeBull.
And WeBull for something to do with stocks.
For something to do with stocks. That's why she added tremendous value for our financing episode. For something with stocks.
I am the common man, okay? I'm here to represent the voice of those that are laymen because I'm hecka lame, man. It was so good. Laugh.
So good. Anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers. Oh, yes, there it is. Yeah. Word. You're looking at me like, yes. Oh.
What?
Nothing. Farted.
I actually didn't hear it.
Okay.